Day 6 and many roadblocks remain in place. Banks and schools are closed across Lebanon. Many bank machines don't have cash. The Prime Minister's proposals for reforms haven't changed the situation on the ground.
People are going into the streets for their future and the future of their children. In reality, the political class that we have has left them nothing. Before this uprising, if we can call it that, the government tried to pick the pocket of every poor person until they were left with nothing.
Prime Minister Saad Hariri has met ambassadors of various countries, including the US and Russia, as well as the Arab League. They welcomed the reforms, but also urged him to address the demands of the people. But what these people who remain on the streets really want is for the government to go. An advisor to the Prime Minister had this to say.
Is there a chance or a possibility for a cabinet reshuffle or something like this? I think this will be determined in the coming few days, and it is one of the options being put on the table.
We drove up from Beirut to the northern city of Tripoli. Roadblocks here too on the main highway, and when we got to Tripoli, the square was starting to fill up.
Many of us have graduated, everyone is unemployed. The people that live in these areas, they're living in very horrible living situations. If you see how they're living, their houses, you would understand why we're doing all of this.
We have an election system that is highly sectarian. This is how the people who have been in charge for 30 years keep surviving. So for me, the most important thing right now, I mean, I know people are saying يسقط النظام, which basically translates to, almost like the dictatorship needs to fall. It's because it's more about the electoral law that needs to change. For me, this is the most important thing right now. Or else the same people who we voted for before are going to keep coming.
As the sun set, more and more people came.
It is at night that this square really comes alive. Lebanon's second city has traditionally been a support base for Prime Minister Saad Hariri, but Tripoli has been neglected. The majority of its people are poor. There has been a huge turnout here over the last 6 days. It seems they too have had enough.
Here the message is the same as in Beirut and other cities across this country. They don't want the same people who got them into this dire situation to be the ones who tried to fix it. Stefanie, Dekker, Al Jazeera, Tripoli, North Lebanon.